Hey y'all, we're at the second season of the Ruby Show. We are so excited. So I'm going to tell y'all what's happened since last season. Has there been any changes with y'all? Would you say? Is anything different that's happened on the second part of your lives going into the... Isn't it weird how life changes just in a day?
It goes by so fast.
Yeah. It goes by fast, but it changes less than a day.
Yeah.
So tell me what's different. Who's got something to share?
He wants to share.
Oh, I got something to share.
What do you want to share?
Big news. I have a new job.
Yes, that's so amazing.
It is amazing, too. So I finally left the hotel industry. Thank the Lord.
How long were you in the hotel industry?
Today is October 21st, right?
Go ahead.
That would be 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was there for 7 years.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's a great, though, that you were your first job for 7 years.
Yeah, it's a great commitment.
Yeah.
But thank God he's out of it. What are you
Oh,
doing
wow.
now?
I am helping with manufacturing and packaging surgical equipment to hospitals.
Isn't that amazing?
Awesome.
So what does that mean?
Like,
Tell people that out there that don't know what that means. What is that?
I take the instruments, we clean them with alcohol, we package them, and get them ready to be shipped out, well, to hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an inventory clerk.
That's awesome.
There you
That's
go.
so good.
He works for an amazing company.
Is it a lot different than your other job?
Oh, very much so. For
How?
one, it's calmer. People are nicer. And it's just a really good experience. And did I mention cleaner? Because it is so much cleaner. No more having to go into used rooms and deal with trash and other disturbing things.
We can never tell y'all what we have. He has haunted us from staying at any hotel room ever. The stories he has told.
It's not exactly.
I
our
need to get a
fault.
black light. Is that what this
No,
things
you
are called?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, no.
It's-
Take your sheets.
I've always taken my own sheets anyway because I'm.
But it is,
obsessed
it's a
with
wonderful,
that stuff.
wonderful opportunity for Zach.
Yes.
Man,
I
he's
love
learning new
it.
things.
So happy.
We
Learning
are
new
so
things.
happy. Anybody else got some new news?
Trying to think. I think my year has not been a whole lot of change. Yeah, mine. I'm trying to think if there's been anything. Getting closer to retirement.
Every day, Brian.
Not for age.
He's retiring earlier than the normal age.
Well, I quit working after 21 years in the bronchoscopy suite at Candler. I'm changing jobs as of this week.
That is amazing.
Crazy.
She's
Yeah.
been there 21
Yeah.
years.
So,
But in that
Yes,
hospital,
new
how long?
jobs.
33.
In the
So-
same hospital, 33
yeah.
years.
Yeah, not old at all. I started when I was 2.
I didn't see her.
I was in the daycare too. So
Right.
The
No.
first I'll never forget when we were studying for her to be a nurse at Armstrong. You remember that?
Yeah.
We would do these cards. Literally, I could not pronounce one of the words in the cards. That's
my
like I
study
was saying,
cards.
okay, what does this word mean? But she got it. I mean, she is naturally
How in
smart.
the world did you know what she was saying on any of those cards?
Hey, it really helped me
did.
learn
It
because
really did.
you know, like when you're taking the test and you can kind of visualize Ruby in your brain saying this and you giggle, but you go, oh, okay, I remember that because I remember this conversation.
Did it
Right.
really help?
Oh,
you?
yes.
Why would I get paychecks for this? No, but literally, she don't ever think a dream, something you want to do, cannot come true. Because she did it with 2 babies, studied, went to
Man.
college, had the
Single
bestest friend in the whole world next to her.
Yeah.
It's true, though.
Between
And I have
Ruby and
watched
my
you.
precious mother.
I know, and the babies. But what's crazy, you started first interning with the babies.
Oh, yeah, they were little.
I'll never
tiny.
forget that. She couldn't handle that after a while.
It was tough.
And then she ended up in the bronch lab. I'm so happy for her because now she's going to a new
New
job
department.
at the same hospital.
That's
Tell us
exciting.
what this apartment is. What's the title of your new apartment? I mean, your new apartment. What is the title of your new department?
Occupational health at Candler Hospital. So I'm really excited about a new opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Great,
awesome.
great people I'm going to be working with. I love my family in the Bronx Suite. I'm desperately going to miss them, but I'm excited about a new opportunity.
I love that. What's going on with you, Jim?
I don't think anything.
Fixing cars and
That's
loving it.
cool. You got abandoned again? You got abandoned?
Abandoned.
Your mom left town.
That's it.
But
What happened? You've already been abandoned.
Wow.
No, but you've been upgraded at work. You've been doing great at work. Loving it.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Yep.
And what else?
Training some new people.
But Jim trains all the new people.
Yeah. All of them.
I love you.
I don't know about that.
So, any other things? And my mom has been doing a lot better. A lot of people ask me about that, but I tell y'all, this thing with being a caregiver is the hardest thing in the world. You love your mom to death. Your brother not so much, but you love your mom to death. And it's hard because when you are a caregiver, and y'all know this, but when you are a caregiver, it takes everything out of you, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And it's not so much caring for them, it's watching them change.
Sure.
Because I miss the parts where, like, what's going on now with Israel and stuff, I could go talk to my mom about it because she knows the scripture, like, from the back of her hand. You know how mom is.
Sure.
And it's like, she's not there anymore like that. I mean, she's there, but it's hard for her to remember her memory. I mean, she's almost 90. And the fact that her mind is great like it is, but those are things I miss, having those conversations and talking to her with things about that, because that's who I always would talk to about things like that.
But you know what's important about that you brought up? You still need to have those conversations with her because it
Which
not
I
only helps
do.
her, but
Sure.
you as well. And it is tough being a caregiver, especially to see your parents age and go through changes, what they could and couldn't do. Now they're afraid, they're scared. Your mom's gone through all of that.
Yeah.
But I can promise you, Ruby, I'm telling you right now, you'll never regret this time.
And I don't want to cry.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you. It's hard going through it, and if you're a caregiver, you'll never regret it later. So do it.
But I do talk to her about it. But it's sad because when I ask her about Israel and what's going on, and she watches the news. So, and I don't want her to be fearful and get scared. So I try to talk to her about it. And she's like, I just don't know what's wrong with me. I don't remember this stuff. I've got to remember. Can you get me cassette tape and let me hear the Bible all over again? Things like that. But those are things I love to talk to her about and I miss right now. But I will never stop talking to her about it. But it's the funniest thing because we fight. We love hard, but we Jeff and this goes in total. Do you still go with
Yes, I do. I go, Ruby, getting her.
But this is we've always been like that since
But it still amazes me.
I know, it is the crazy.
It's shocking.
I think people, Jeff would go, you need to be out of judge just on your mom and you. Because literally, like, when I was 16, we were like that. I mean, I remember being like that with her.
I'm just hearing those things in my head right now.
Me too. I am too.
Like what?
Mom,
Stop it.
Mom,
What? It's crazy.
let me know. Just let me know. Are you dying right now? Are you dying? That's all I need to know.
Because this is my, no, let me just tell you my mom. If anybody that deals with parents that is this old, not old, but older.
Do I need to call the ambulance?
This is my mom on the phone. She'll call me. She'll go, Ruby. And I'll go, what, Mom? And she has a way of doing this to me, and I think it's a form of manipulation.
Yes,
and y'all know it is. I'll go, Mom, are you dying? Just let me know. Are you dying? And she goes,
Or Mom, how many of those pills did you take? You sound like a drunk.
You sound like you're a drunkard. Mom, I can't understand a word you're saying. You're garbled. Are you
I'm
drinking?
not kidding y'all. She'll call me, and she'll be like, I don't remember. Mom, have you gotten pills I don't know about? And then, but this is the craziest. She sits there and acts like she can't breathe, and this is what makes me crazy because Jim will just go in her room, and Jim goes, I said, what is going on with her before I go back there? Yeah, she was just laughing. She's fine. So there is manipulation for
As
him.
soon as I leave the room, she called Ruby.
It's like, I can't breathe.
She needs a drink.
I know, he would give me what I needed, and I needed it. I'm telling you,
Oh,
she knows.
Mama.
I love her to death.
Love her.
But I mean, we do fight. We fight, but we love hard, but we fight. I said, the harder you love, the harder you fight. It's the funniest thing with Jeff. And I said, okay, she's going to hear us in the living room, TV on. Because Jeff will put it on our speaker sounds. And next thing I know, the phone
Phone's
starts ringing every second on the second. And then I'll go, Mom, can I just not watch The Voice? Please. Give me a break. Well, really, I was just needing one thing. I said, well, that one thing can hold until The Voice is over.
That's so funny.
It is, but we love her, do we not? And then she can't reach me. Who did she call?
Me?
Yeah, so she'll start calling Jeff, going, Jeff, they won't bring me no toilet paper.
Then I get phone calls. Could you please talk to Ruby?
I figured Jim would be the
She has
next
gone
one.
through every one of them.
Oh, she
If I
starts
tell
to
her
text
no,
you.
she'll go to Jeff, and then she'll go to Georgia, and then Zach. It is the craziest thing I've ever heard. That somebody's phone would be ringing right now.
I just probably Grandma. Grandma just reached us. I'll
See,
see
I
here.
can't turn my phone off because I have to be the caregiver and her ring the phone on
She's
me.
called to say her oxygen is tangled.
Y'all, and we're
That
not
was last
kidding.
week.
That's 20. No, that's all day long.
All
she's,
day.
she's telling me her
Even
oxygen.
with the cord that short?
Yes.
Mm.
She wraps it up and wants to know why she can't breathe. Let's
Right.
not talking, but I
Right.
love her.
Love,
Yeah, we
love.
love her. But this was my life. It is hard, but it is great, and I'm thankful that I have this opportunity.
Sure.
But I'm so happy that y'all have new jobs.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so happy you think you're going to retire early. Do you think you retire before God comes or after?
Wait,
I don't,
what?
he can come now,
Yes, he
Yes.
and I'm good.
does. We were tired of heaven.
But what
I don't mean that
Jim?
kind of good.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
I'm good at leaving my job.
We'd be
To
happy
go to
going.
heaven.
What about you, Jim? You love your job? Everybody loves their job?
Yeah.
I do.
Everybody loves their
I love being
job?
a nurse.
I really love my new job at
I
Inomed.
love it.
Aww.
That makes me so happy to hear him say that.
I do too. I'm so happy, y'all. But we love y'all. We
We
will see
do.
y'all soon on our next Chatty Addy.
Bye.
Bye.
Those were the best of all my years.
Hi, y'all. Today we have a special guest with us. It's Regina Jones. I can't wait for y'all to hear her story. Hey, Regina.
Hi, Ruby.
How are you?
Awesome.
I cannot wait for you to share your story with everyone that is watching.
I'll do it.
I'm so glad you agreed to do this.
Thank you for having me.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Same for you.
I do, don't I?
You glow.
But I wanted to talk to you first of all. I want to start at the beginning of her story. Like, you found out that you had leukemia at what age?
When I was a teenager, I was 15.
And tell me how that all. You got healed from it, or what happened?
It was a
with all
process, yes, absolutely healed. But I was in 10th grade, and I woke up one morning, and I couldn't see out of my right eye. And that was bizarre. And my mom, got me into the eye doctor, and they dilated my eyes, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going blind, when the doctors started talking pretty seriously and whatnot. And sort of very fast, straight to the hospital, to an internist. They thought I had rheumatic fever and all this different things, and it took them a few days, but they finally diagnosed me with chronic myelogenous leukemia, which was usually not a childhood cancer. It's usually in people like over 30, but I ended up with that.
At 15.
15 years
It's
old.
usually only in people over 30.
Yeah. And
Why was that? Did they know?
no, it's a mystery. I mean, they maybe know. It was over 30 years ago, so maybe they, science and research has told them a little more now, but no, it was rough. But they ended up doing like pheresis. Was this process with your blood to get all these platelets out, and that was what capillaries were bursting behind my retina, which was good that happened because my spleen almost burst. So it really saved my life and helped diagnose. Yeah, it was pretty intense. So I went from just happy-go-lucky teenager to,
What did your life, how did it change?
I didn't take cancer very well because I was a very independent spirit and the oldest child, all the type A kind of things. And then I became the, everybody talking about me, handle me with a kid glove, and pretty much that I was going to die. Very much. Like,
I hear, I watch movies,
Mhm.
and, a couple of my best friends and family members have had cancer.
mhm,
But one of the questions I always wonder,
mhm.
what is weird? How do people act towards you that makes you feel like have anxiety or feel
Mhm.
strange?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was young, first of all. And so, my maturity level was, maybe not where it should have been or could have been, but it was what it was kind of thing. And I felt like when I walked into a room, everybody was already looking at me or talking about me. And I just didn't want to need that, I just wanted to feel okay.
You want to feel normal.
Yeah, and they just were doing what they knew to do and love on me and, doing everything they could to find out what the steps could be, as far as the physicians, what have you. And so it was rough. So I didn't take well to it, and I had lots of rebellion for a good year or so.
So what was your rebellion?
Okay. So I was in the hospital for about 3 months, probably, or maybe not. I don't know. It all runs together. But for a little bit in the beginning, and then they put me on I was on an oral chemo for a while. So it was almost like I had leukemia, but I felt normal. Like my physicality or whatever, I felt normal. It wasn't like it was making me super sick at the moment. But in the meantime, it was like I was on a holding pattern because they were looking for a bone marrow donor to match. But I didn't have any full-blooded siblings. So they put me in a national donor bank. So during that time, it was just a hellion, honest to God.
So if you didn't get that, would you have died?
Yeah.
Oh, so this was, you had to
Life
get
or
this
death.
to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So they could only take me so far with chemo and whatnot. It was just kind of a holding it off because it was already in my bone marrow and everything. It kind of ran rapid. And then about a year later, I went into blast crisis stage with 3 months to live.
Were you mad at God at any time during this?
I was. I knew the Lord. I grew up, knowing the Lord. But I just kept saying it's not fair. So my conversation with the Lord was more like, I'm not praying, which what it is praying because I was communicating.
Right.
So I had very intense conversations, with Jesus. I was like, this is not fair. I've always been a good kid. Me, all these things. And I was just like, to heck with it. If this is the way it's going down, then I'm going to have some fun before I die. I'm going to sow some wild oats being 15, 16 years old, and then at the last minute, I know that if I just ask for forgiveness, I'm in. So it was that struggle of, it just wasn't fair, But life's not fair, like the enemy is not fair.
At 15, being diagnosed that is not fair.
No,
That's like,
that's
I
right.
can imagine how a teenager has to feel at that age.
Yeah.
And getting that.
So I just was really angry at God, at life, at just the situation.
And all your friends are going out, probably having the time of their life, and you're sitting there worried to death if you're going to die or not.
Yeah. It was very sobering. But it made me grow up fast, and I am glad that my family knew the Lord and had everybody and their brother praying, for me. And my mom is a go-getter, so she would not quit until we forced the doctor's hand, basically, when they went in, like a few months later, and they said that, there was nothing they could do. I was actually in blast crisis stage at that moment. I had 3 months to live at best, and there was nothing more they could do for me, medically speaking. But she said, she told the doctor, she was like, I heard from the Lord, and I know that one of her sisters will match. And medically speaking, they were my half-sisters, because my biological father died when I was 11 months old. Then my mom remarried, and I had 2 sisters at the time. So I had let's see, if I was 16 by then, Andrea was 12, and Stephanie was 8. So the doctor was like, look, your insurance won't even pay for this, because this is way back when, and research, whatever. So it was just, and half your DNA comes from mom, half from dad, and I needed a good match, but medically speaking, it should have only been 3 points out of 6 that I would have gotten from Andrea or Stephanie, because we only had one parent in common. So they tested both the girls, and they called us back into the office, and I'll never forget the doctor. I just call him like, I don't know, he was like really nerdy, always pushing up his glasses, Dr. Goldberg. I think I loved him. They went through it because I was a rebellious teenager coming in to get checked, being all grumpy and I ran away from home. It was a long story. Stole a car, got put in juvenile. I gave everybody
Oh, you went bad.
I went really bad, Ruby. I gave everybody a run for their money. It was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. Whew.
Hey y'all, we have my Meadow. Everybody knows Meadow.
Yeah.
In the kitchen. And we have a new one, Daniel. He is your what?
Cousin.
Cousin. Is he not beautiful? Look at these muscles.
Muscles?
Yes, look. Can you feel his muscle right there? I don't know if I'll be able to concentrate on what you're cooking.
He said muscles.
That's what they call it, muscle. You'll learn that later.
Okay. Today we're gonna be making sushi.
You know how to make sushi?
Yes.
Do you know how to make sushi?
Yes.
Why y'all look at me judging me?
Okay. You wanna start?
Yes, you're going to tell me how because I really have no idea how to make sushi.
Okay, no
I don't.
idea. No idea. Okay.
If you can make it fun at my lingo, it's okay.
Okay. So you're gonna literally grab your fist.
Is that how kind you make?
I use a different technique.
What
Yeah,
technique do you use?
He's gonna make kind of like that.
I have a different resource that I use.
So you
You
get
will go
little
get it.
All right, I'll
Where's
be
it
right
at?
back.
Your house?
Yeah.
Okay, go
I'll
get
be
it.
right back.
He's got a roller.
Okay.
Let's see what you
So
do.
this is a little muffin thing where you put
Let me show everybody what
cupcakes.
you're doing first.
So you basically just put it in like that.
So it's like a cupcake. What is this called right here? Do you know what this is called?
Dried seaweed with a little bit of salt.
Oh, it is. Okay. So
So
what
they
you do
can-
is put your hand in like this, right?
Now, yes. Okay, now we're gonna put some cucumbers. I know we're supposed to put rice first, but if we do, the soy sauce will melt through. So we have to do a little bit of cucumbers.
Tell the audience what you just told me.
So we tried on one where we put rice first and then we put the soy sauce and the shrimp sauce, but it started leaking through, so we can't do that anymore. So now we have to do cucumbers first, and then we have to do the carrots. So
Okay.
kind of the hard stuff first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a little bit of sliced up carrots.
It's good, isn't it?
Cucumbers and carrots are like this and just in circles. I'm gonna put two carrots.
Okay.
Now if you want to, you can put a little bit of soy sauce. Like this. So hold on, I need a little bit more. Okay, when you're done with that, you're gonna put some rice. So I think this came from Thailand.
Thailand.
so.
Did you go all the way to Thailand?
No, yeah, these people, they're named Keeleys. Their last name is Keeleys, so they gave us that rice. It's sticky rice. And this one, we just bought it at the store or something.
Well, let's do Thailand.
Okay. So it's sticky rice, so we're gonna grab a little bit, and we're gonna smooth it out like that.
Okay.
So you see that?
So y'all heard Thailand rice is more sticky. It's probably best to make sushi, wouldn't you think? Because it's sticky?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's best. Now you're gonna grab some cheese. It's just the normal cream cheese that you buy at the grocery store. You're just gonna kind of smush it up like that, and then it'll start breaking in pieces like that. We're gonna put a little bit of sesame seeds, just a little tiny spoonful, and we're gonna kind of spread it all around, and dry.
So let's show the people. Is this the sesame seed?
Yes, those are sesame seeds.
Show your baby spoon.
Oh,
When she says
this is our
little, it is little. I like
so
these.
yeah,
Okay, now the next thing we're putting in.
and we're gonna put some dried garlic. Just a little bit, cause garlic is actually pretty good, but it's strong in sushi.
Okay.
So you want to put that in?
Do you think it's healthy?
Yeah, it's very healthy.
What's healthy about garlic? Do you know right off?
It's just very healthy. Okay, you put a little too much.
Okay.
That was just one.
See, this is why you gotta watch everything I do. So
Okay,
this is
now-
the garlic we put in, right?
If you want to put a little of purple onion, you could just put some. So you can just put a little bit on the two sides like that.
I need to let me see how pretty this is.
I'm not done yet.
I know, but I just want you to see it so far. Look how pretty, how good she is. She's only 7, teaching us to make sushi.
More things.
If we go ahead and put them in, I'm just impressed.
So we're gonna
You can
grab.
take this whole show over.
We're gonna grab a little of avocado.
I love avocado.
we're-
Because of you, I love avocado.
We're gonna tear it into little pieces. Just all around the place.
Okay.
And after that, you're gonna get some crab, and you're gonna tear it too, around the place. Let's get a little more, because that was a little
I
tiny
know, it's
piece.
like we're getting cheated out on the crabs.
So when you're like spreading it out, you actually have to like break it.
Okay.
And after that, you're gonna put a little of these yellow, red, and orange peppers. They're not hot. You could put any type of peppers, anything you like on your sushi. And I'm gonna put like 1 yellow and 2 orange. And 1 red.
That's pretty.
So
Is it done?
we forgot to put some shrimp sauce.
That's alright, we can still do it.
Let's put a little shrimp sauce. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Learn that from my mom. Cause
Is that how your mom said it? Just a little. Oh, don't you just love her?
I love mom. Okay,
I know you do.
now show them how it turned out.
Perfect that is, y'all. Can everybody see that?
So now.
My meadow bloom just made this. Look how amazing. Y'all see I did nothing. Nothing else. It's amazing.
The only thing you did is add a little extra.
Let's not bust me out, okay?
Alright, now we're
Now
gonna
what do
grab.
we do?
We're gonna grab one of these plates. We're gonna grab the little thing very carefully.
Okay.
And after that, we're gonna kind of spread it out a little bit, but don't touch it. And then you're gonna roll it. And after that, you're gonna grab a little soy sauce to like seal it.
So you're sealing it with the cream sauce.
The soy sauce. No,
The cream sauce.
no, the shrimp sauce.
Okay, the shrimp
So
sauce.
we sealed it with the shrimp sauce.
Okay.
And then we turn it over, and there we go.
And that's done.
Yep.
Do you want me to taste it?
Sure. I mean, show them.
Look at her sushi. Are you so proud you made this?
I mean, my mama taught me a lot.
She does. Does she not? Everything.
Yeah, so try it.
Let's try it.
Tell me if it's good.
Is it gonna break? Is there a certain way I
I
need
mean,
to
if
hold
you
it?
be careful, no.
Let's see.
Just pick up the
You
whole
pick it
thing.
up.
Okay. Like that. Just pick it up like that.
Okay. No. This is so good.
So this is a little thing I got. You're able to put rice in here and whatever you want in your sushi, you fold it, and then you can get it all tight. You put this on here, and then you put it all close together to make you tight sushi, and then you put it in here, and then you wrap it. So let me
Is
show
that how
you.
they roll sushi?
I think I heard about
That's how I enjoy doing it. It makes it simple and easy. It's very easy for me to do.
And it's like just like the sushi is at the restaurant now? Okay, we gotta get those.
Alright, Meadow, can you pass me the rice, the entire bowl, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Alright.
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna-
heard about
So
this.
tell them what you're doing. This little gadget's called, do you know the name of it?
No, ma'am.
Well, we're gonna call it Rolling on the River with Sushi.
Alright, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put rice all down both sides.
Okay. And this is the Thailand
Mhm.
rice. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm about to say Thailand. What is that?
Okay.
It might have been a place.
Okay. Now one more.
Oh, that's a lot.
I know. It's supposed to be. We'll see why. Not so much on this side though.
Mm.
Okay. We're gonna push out a little bit. We'll grab a little bit extra from here because we did put too much on that side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna flatten this out as much as possible. Alright. Flatten this out as much as possible. Alright. Next we're gonna grab some
Cream cheese.
Cheese.
cream cheese, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Then
I forget a lot of names too.
thank you.
You're not the only one.
Cream cheese. Push it down. We're gonna grab some avocado.
Love avocado.
One of my favorite things to have. We're gonna grab crab.
Oh, I love crab.
Oh yeah. More crab.
The crab is like a sweet crab.
Okay. Next we're gonna grab like 4 cucumbers. We cut it up very thinly to make it where you don't taste too much cucumber, but it is in there.
But where'd the carrots go?
In your tummy.
Alright, next thing we're gonna do,
Hold on. Before you do that, I want them to see it. There's no way I can break this, is there?
yes. Yeah, let me try.
Okay, just shaking a little bit.
Alright, so we have everything
You see how you did
right
it?
there. Alright. Next, we're gonna fold this on top of this. Then snap it. This thing has a snapping thing right there.
And you
Then
just snapped it.
Then we're gonna grab this, put it on top of that, and twist it before that locks in.
You gotta
Then
tighten
we
it.
tighten it. You twist this because it twists. Then you push. Alright.
Don't break it on your muscles.
I know, I'm trying. There it is.
Muscles.
Alright, it's tight enough. So then, we push this out.
Look, face it towards them a little bit too. Look at this.
What? What? That's really cool.
That is amazing.
Push that.
How?
Alright.
That's amazing.
Then, you roll it. Okay. Then we get a little bit of this.
Mm.
Okay. Then you want to look at it, Meadow?
Looks
yeah.
so good.
Your muscles are in the way. That's
None
real
of that
sushi.
sushi.
That's
Look at this,
Cu-
y'all.
cucumber, avocado, crab, everything right there.
She made a cupcake sushi, and he made a rolling on the river sushi, his specialty. Now we're about to taste it. Where's the sushi? Let's taste.
I'm getting this piece.
You want to taste your own too?
Mm-hmm.
That's level.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
That is so good.
I can taste the cucumber.
Y'all have to try sushi. It's so good. Thanks for joining us for the best sushi program ever. Mwah.
Those were the best of all my years.
A moment away from having someone snort water out of their nose. Because of how much they
Gosh, I
like
didn't know what he was going to say.
I wasn't sure either.
Okay,
What in the
ready?
world? Are we
Ready?
trying all the different rings?
Really, Dale?
I'm trying to do it where it won't go off.
It's called silent.
It's called Silence
I
on the
don't-
Lamb.
switch on the side.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a little on the left side.
Y'all leave him alone.
Y'all leave him alone. He's got a flip phone.
It's all needs to be
The 80s, that was this big.
The brick!
The brick, yeah.
I do have to say, y'all, me and Georgia were the
We
first
had
ones
backbone.
because her daddy was rich. We were the first ones that ever experienced a cell phone, and it was this big with a wire in her
It
convertible.
was, but do you remember Dad's Jaguar? He had one mounted in his car.
Yes,
and
I used to love
it
it.
was a stick.
I still don't know how I got in a
Really
Jaguar.
You did.
The smaller the cars, y'all, I could get in, and I had more room. The bigger the car, you hardly have room. I don't get it.
I know.
It's pretty lit. I had a mountain full of rooms.
I know. because it went way back.
And the Fiesta.
I was like, remember Denny said, why in the world would you buy a Fiesta? Ford Fiesta. I went, this is so cute and little. He went, Ruby.
But
Then he got in, it was like, oh my gosh, she's got so much room. I said, thank you. It has so much room.
oh my gosh.
And we were going to,
Do you guys know what a Ford Fiesta
Ford
is?
Fiesta's about that big.
It's the tiniest car Ford
and I
has
was
ever made.
It's
700
It
pounds.
looks like a little smart car.
It is. It's like a tiny bit bigger than a smart car. Yeah,
Little one.
But
Really?
y'all, they looked at me like I was crazy about this car. But they got
Do you
in.
remember
They
when
had
we
so
found
much
that car?
room.
This is like this is like an
Yes.
80s
You and I
car. This
passed
is
by
not like
it.
And I
a
had to have it.
Yes.
Huh?
it's like a late 80s.
It was in the
Type
it was
car.
in the yard of a person. We saw it. You and I were
And it was
together.
nothing.
It was
The price was nothing, and
Yeah.
it lasted me 4 or 5 years.
It did.
But it was
It was a stick shift.
well, I couldn't think of the name of it, but I was gonna call it a third wheeler because it was like every time we did the stick shift. By the time we lived in LA, after a while, it would go to first, second, fourth. It never would go to third.
Third
But
gear
I
didn't
kept
work
it
anymore.
anyway, even though it didn't go to third.
Did y'all pull it behind a U-Haul there?
Yes.
Yes, Denny and I
Yes.
pulled it behind a U-Haul to get there. And I made Denny stop like in every state on the side of the road.
Look for money or something?
money. He is so mad at me. I would go, Denny, people find money. Let's just look for it. We've
Side
got
of the
so
road.
much footage. Yo, we've got so much footage of me looking for money on the side of the road. I'm not kidding y'all. But to say all this, do you remember we went to someone's premiere and we were going to ride in the Fiesta? That's the only car we had to ride in. And whose premiere was it?
Cassidy's.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
were going to Cassidy's premiere. It was me, Jeff, and Denny.
Actually, I met y'all there because I was with her.
It wasn't that premiere then. It was some Hollywood premiere party because you're in the car with us going, Ruby. We
It
were
was
going.
probably something of Brittany's.
No, it was the Fiesta. Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But we were going, and it was like red carpet. You get out, and we had the tickets where you go right up like the limousines. We were in that limousine. We were in the Fiesta Ford, and it was going.
It even had a backfire.
And people, yes, it did.
It was like end of life.
It was. And Diddy was going, I am so mortified. You know, he was.
The
Well,
worst
all of
part
you
was
were,
they
I'm
didn't.
sure.
When it
I
was
was
over.
laughing, crying.
No,
I'm
when
sure.
it was over, y'all didn't want to stand out there when they brought it up for y'all to get it.
Danny did. And I said, I'm not going to stand there and get in by myself. And he was going to make them bring it us. But then what was funny is we're coming up, Georgia, and all of a sudden I go to third gear and to fourth. And everybody on that line just looks around and Denny's and just like, oh my gosh, we really got to get out. He just let us out here. I went, no, y'all get out where I get out.
I think it got to the point where
That's
you had to
hilarious.
skip third gear and
You
go
did.
to
I
fourth.
did. That's what I said. Went,
Yeah.
"Rrr." But just
Wow.
like it was the best car. It got us to the premiere. So we get out. We're having the best time. Forgot, and then all of a sudden, people afterwards we're talking to people, meeting people. We're at the red carpet
Here
talking to
comes the
people.
Ford Fiesta.
And the next thing we know, I didn't even think about it for Fiesta. All of a sudden, you don't see it. You hear it. You hear and then you hear like a big bomb or something. What was it?
It backfired.
So the next thing we know, Dale, Denny goes. I go. So next thing we know is Denny goes. He goes, Ruby, think you're bringing our car up. Jeff goes, no. And we're going.
Poor guy that had to drive it.
The guy who didn't know what was going on. He didn't even warn him. And I said, Jeff goes, we got to make a run for it, y'all. I said, I can't run. And then we're going over there. I said, I'll meet
Waving
y'all
over
up
a little
there.
further up.
And then we kept going.
Over here.
That's so funny.
But y'all, but these are the funny stories that you will always remember. Even though we were in a Fiesta and all these limousines are drowning us out.
I just realized something from Duck Dynasty. How bad size eyes were, and how he went to the eye doctor, and the woman was mortified how bad his eyes were.
Hey, don't be quiet.
Wait
Don't be
a minute.
business.
And you want to know what she said?
It's our
She
business.
said, "Oh my gosh, you drove us here."
No, when Jim says to me in Georgia, y'all, I cannot believe how good I see now.
Right.
He goes, I never even saw the Georgetown sign.
The exit.
I said, who has ever driven me like this? It's never seen a Georgetown sign. That's
I
pretty
was seeing it. I
blind.
wouldn't see it until I was right up on it.
You're blind.
And you know you blind with it. I thought it was like they
Been
start.
driving like this?
He's like, do you drive? Yeah. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be driving.
You were protected because you had me as the Aunt Pram.
The 1 minute you
Are we ready?
I'm sorry.
We're in episode 2. So if you want to introduce it, catch people up.
Where you looking? Let's keep talking there.
Are we really
Oh, just the other
There
night,
should be a
remember
gag
we were
reel.
going out for your birthday?
Uh-huh.
Shut up.
And
Shut up.
he asked. He said he couldn't hardly see, and Georgia said, "Let me hold your glasses."
Oh.
Was he blind?
You're big mouth.
No,
Filth.
they were filled. Like
I mean,
there was a complete film over the glasses, like
what is wrong
they had
with
been
you?
fogged up.
like what? I said, well, let me clean this. Maybe you can
That's
see.
fine. That
You know what? Y'all
No.
gonna be throwing me underneath
And
the
then
bus.
as soon as
I'm
you
gonna be thinking about some things.
Now he's,
Don't even be talking.
now he's driving, and as soon as she gives them back to him, he goes, "Wow."
Go ahead. Cut. I mean,
Action.
action.
Action's the start, cuts the finish.
Do you remember the songs that we sang? We'd jump